Going.
Fantastic. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
How's everybody doing?
Excellent.
Busy. I understand. Fantastic. Okay, so we got lots to cover, and Patty's got to make cornbread, and I've got to get going too. So we're going to cover stuff quickly. Awesome?
Awesome.
Cornbread.
Yeah, I'm making an elk roast. So we're having roasted elk and cornbread for dinner.
I want that.
Come on over.
All right. So our 3 recommendation topics that we had were racial discrimination, hacking your personal information getting out, and advertising across the globe. Right. So annotated bibs, I've gotten Seth's, Riley's, and Taddy's, and so I just need Steven's, and then I've started working on mine. Midnight tonight and or noon tomorrow, that's when I'm going to start working on these. It's whenever I get back to work and can start working on these. So 12:30 tomorrow. It'd be awesome. Also, I made a Google Doc and I shared it with everybody to those Gmails that you sent me. So if you want to go in and look at what everybody else did or look at other things, that's cool too. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Yep.
Fabulous. Okay. So do y'all have your little agendas that I made out?
Yeah,
possibly?
my email's loading.
No, you maybe, possibly. Okay.
Okay.
On the timeline, so we've already finished October 30th. Today's November 14th, and we've done it. Woo! We did our annotated bib. So for November 28th is when our next meeting is scheduled. So I have that we should be working on the PowerPoint and be finishing it up. And so finishing up the PowerPoint, make sure annotated bib looks really good to everyone. And then I also added in like a baby meeting on GroupMe for December 1st. So like check in on the PowerPoint and finalize the annotated bib through GroupMe and like finalize the project on the 1st. Would everyone be okay to do that?
Yeah.
Let me check my.
Oh, we lost Riley.
I'm just looking at my calendar. Hang on.
Oh.
And I mean, like a meeting like this, just like a GroupMe, like, hey, can everyone look at the PowerPoint sometime today?
Yeah, let me look at my.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a Thursday, yeah.
That's my birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Yeah, no, that's my birthday, December 1st.
In a couple weeks.
So,
Happy early birthday.
yay!
Last week was my wife and I's 3-year anniversary.
Oh, congratulations.
Yay!
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Yay, 3 years.
Last Sunday or this Sunday was my 3-month anniversary.
Happy 3-month anniversary.
Yay!
Thanks.
I don't know when my anniversary. Mine's in July, so I'm not even close to my 2 years. So,
Yeah, I live that single life, so no love for me.
I'm getting married in 3 months, so there's another 3.
woo!
Yay!
Okay. So are y'all good for that though? Just do like a kind of a baby meeting through GroupMe just to like finalize everything.
Absolutely.
Works for me.
Yes.
Okay. Who volunteers to turn everything in to Dr. B?
I volunteer Taylor.
I'm not volunteering this one. Who wants to volunteer to turn everything in?
That was good.
I can.
Is it on, like, do you turn it in via Blackboard or is it a link outside of it?
I don't know. And I don't know, since we're turning in the videos to her, like, now, do you think should we turn all the videos in again at the end, or just, alright, and
Surely we don't have to do it again.
I mean, technically they're all on
I'm pretty
YouTube,
sure we
so
started everything on Blackboard.
yeah, I can do it if you want me to. That's fine.
yay, Taddy! Okay, I wrote that down.
Okay.
Yay!
Yay.
Yay! And December 7th, the project is due. So, fabulous.
Okay.
So my little agenda is to assign tasks for PowerPoint. Riley, I remember you said you like PowerPoints / you're good at
Yes.
Fabulous. I started one. It looks horrible. I'm not good with things like that.
I'm not either.
So, I wrote on there too, what do we want to have for our content? I put like 3 recommendations and then like why we did them, like the articles maybe that we found, and then like the articles that we found, like why would we think we would need this as a recommendation? Remember when we talked at the beginning how we were like talking about the articles we found about Coke? And then we like got the articles from that. Maybe say, hey, we found this about Coke. We found this in research, so this is what they should do.
Yeah. How do
Makes
we?
sense.
Yeah, that works.
Riley, what do you think? Your PowerPoint queen.
Well, gosh, now you're putting all the pressure on me. I feel nervous now. Well, if we were to so our 3 topics, you may have just said this, and I'm like rewording it. I don't mean to do that, but for the racial discrimination, this is what we found, and I think this is exactly what you just said. But this is how Coke could prevent this or fix this or whatever, and then just taking our 3 topics and applying it to. I don't know if Coke has done it or if they should just prevent it, but
Okay, for what we found or whatever. Okay.
yeah.
I think maybe we should do something like, here's the reason why we think this is important, here's why it applies to Coke, and here's what we think they should do to solve it. So
So it's more organized.
first outline, here's why racial discrimination in the workplace is a problem, right? And then here's how it applies to Coca-Cola, and then here's what we think they can actually do, our recommendation to solve the issue.
That works for me.
Yeah.
Yes, that works for me too. So okay.
I wrote it down. Yeah, no, as he was talking, I was like, right. Okay, so I put, here's why it's a problem, here's how it applies to Coke, and then here is how they should solve it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, remember, we have to do a voiceover with this. If one person just want to volunteer to do the voiceover, or do we all want to do a part of it as a voiceover?
Is it a voiceover for for what?
Exactly. And I asked her about it actually, and I said, does one person need to do it, or do all 5 of us need to do it? And she said it just kind of depends on how well we're working together. If we want one person to, if we want all 5 of us to. I had an idea since we have.
I like talking.
Huh?
I like talking.
Yeah,
Okay.
Steven has a good voice.
Oh, thanks, man.
Real
Okay.
smooth.
Well, if we want, Steven can just do it. What I was thinking is if we wanted to, we could split it up and have one person cover the introduction, one person cover recommendation 1, one person do recommendation 2, one person do recommendation 3, one person do the conclusion. That was my thought, since there's 5 of us and 5 parts to the whole thing.
In regards to that, though, how would that work for editing purposes? Would we record the first part and then the next person do it, or how? That would be my only concern.
Yeah, I think it would be easier to have one person do it, and we could have different people write the different parts,
The script.
and then, Steven or whoever could say it all. Because I don't think it would take that long to record it if we actually work together to get the ideas all put together for him. Because it'd be a lot easier to manage if one person just did the whole voiceover, I think.
Yeah. Would you be okay to do the voiceover, Steven?
Oh yeah, of course.
And not sound scripted?
Wait, what?
And not sound scripted?
Oh yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay.
You should have heard my interview. I was A1 in that thing. It wasn't scripted, by the way.
Awesome. Okay, so then, what else did I have to say about that? Okay, so we got voiceover for Steven. So, that's our next kind of thing, is to get the PowerPoint done. And we want to get the PowerPoint done by the 28th. So we got,
2 weeks.
and I think, 2 weeks, and that's after Thanksgiving. So don't do work on Thanksgiving. I'm sure not going to. So I'm going to put the annotated bib together and email that to everyone as soon as possible before the next meeting. That way we'll all have it to work on the PowerPoint together.
Okay.
Because that'll be all of the meat of our information. And it's already on the Google Doc, so we can read it anyway. It's just not edited and whatnot. That sound good?
Yeah.
Perfect. So will we just do the PowerPoint based off of the annotated bibliography, or what like the whole, like, will we just use the whole, what's it called? Article.
Kind of like what Seth was saying. So what I'm thinking is like we'll have like slide 1, which is our title slide. Slide 2, which is kind of like an agenda slide or whatever. Slide 3 will be like recommendation 1, because we don't want to overload the slides with text. We want to put more like bubbles, like, hey, this is what, this is the problem, this is how it applies, and then this is how they're going to solve it. All like in like, just a few words on one slide. So it's going to be a lot of talking, not as much reading from the slide itself. That's what I'm imagining for it anyway, and then do that with recommendation 2 and 3. That's what I'm thinking for it anyway.
So
The
how
slide's
many
just like
slides
an
do you think we'll
illustration.
have?
Exactly.
How many total slides do you think we should have?
I'm thinking like 6, maybe 7 at the max.
Do you think we need to do like
Okay.
a history, like the background on the Coke like organization itself? For
Does she
one?
want that in the assignment description?
Oh, I don't know.
If she doesn't, if she does, then sure. Then
Okay.
yes, I'm just thinking follow the rubric to a T,
Okay.
and then. So that's my thought,
Okay.
because she sticks to those rubrics. So if she wants that, then definitely. I haven't looked at the assignment. I can look at it really quick. Okay, so I'm reading this. So for the oral stuff that we have to do, like for speaking, so it says content is organized in reasonable format. At least one source is cited orally to support recommendation made. The recommendation is reasonable and reflects knowledge of the organization and organizational communication scholarship. We have to do that for each one of those. And then visually engaging. The presentation demonstrates design elements such as balance, space, contrast, color, and font. Presentation is engaging to the audience. Presentation is professional and something the group is proud of. Project demonstrates effort and care for producing the best product possible. It does not say anywhere that we need any kind of history
Okay.
about this.
Works for me then.
If y'all are okay with that.
Mhm.
Just following exactly what she wants. So that's how you
Follow the rubric. Sounds good.
Okay.
follow the rubric.
Follow the money.
And did we talk about like doing, which if this can be harder, then that's no big deal. And I don't know if you can do voiceover, but did we talk about doing a Prezi instead of
We can do Prezi. I have no preference.
I don't even know what that is.
It's just like cooler than
It's a
PowerPoint.
fancy
but-
PowerPoint.
Yeah, it has cooler little transitions and fancy stuff.
Yeah.
My only fear with that is that you can't upload a Prezi to a Google Doc. So if you want to do the whole PowerPoint yourself, then you can put it all to us. That would be totally fine if you wanted to do a Prezi, because we can't upload a Prezi to Google Doc where we can all see it. So if you want to do that and just go nuts and just do it by yourself, that is completely fine. So it just kind of depends on what you want to do and what we want to do with the group.
Well, it's not that I mind doing it. I just don't want all the pressure on me of if it sucks. I want y'all's input.
No, it'll be great. I'm not worried about that.
Riley, you're the president of presentation. It's a tongue
No.
twister.
But if it's on like we could also like log into. I could just tell you my account or something, so y'all could look at it, or I could send you the link to it, and you could say, "Oh, change this" or whatever. So we'll
like
figure it out.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could record a video of it through Screenomatic and put it on the Google Drive.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
Yeah, I think that sounds good though. And I'll group me y'all. I'll message y'all whenever the annotated bib is done, like completely and looks all nice on the Google Doc. That way. And then if we want to, we can even like solidify our 3 recommendations through GroupMe for the PowerPoint. Like say, hey, we read this. This is what they should
Mhm.
do, like to fix it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Did anybody find sources on solutions to these problems, like that other companies have used or anything like that?
No, mine were about
I don't
like
think
actually
so.
a couple of mine were really old. So I might even like mention that in my annotated bib that they're older.